Well, breaking fuck the news. The Beverly Hills School Board has voted.
Yo, the United States has been conquered. I want you to really sit here and think about it. Let's go through this together, right? Before you dismiss what I'm saying. So, states have been required to sign some type of form proclaiming their allegiance to Israel. If not, they don't get like funding. Politicians that speak up against Israel are being fired or being shunned out or not getting donations or not given an opportunity to be reelected. We had an American soldier be called into office because he spoke up against Israel and spoke for Gaza. And now, last I heard, they were possibly going to kick him out of the military. While our tax dollars go to Israeli soldiers and our VAs are being shut down. We are finding out that our tax dollars are being used in Israel to give them free education and free healthcare and are going to be used to rebuild Gaza after they committed a war crime. While we sit here in a nation that's collapsing and you can't speak up against it because then you could be put in jail, I believe. And now they're flying their flags over our schools. What am I missing? Because all of that sounds like we have been conquered. All of our resources are being used in Israel. We were so busy paying attention to the South horizon that we didn't understand like we were slowly being taken over by the Israeli government, aka conquered. Our news even supports Israel before it supports its own citizens. Like if you go to school out here and you speak up against Israel, like they're trying to shoot you in the streets. Like this, I'm not making this up. This is what they said. The United States of America has been conquered by the Israeli government. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Sounds like it's no longer the United States of America, but the United States of Israel. I mean, when you have an army soldier who gets taken out of duty for speaking out against Israel not be safe, then what makes the U.S. citizens feel any safer knowing that we have less power than somebody who's in the military when it comes to armed forces?
We as Americans, we're cooked. This 50 states, one Israel thing, that right there should let everybody know. Our country is not our country anymore. It's over for us. This move right here, they blatantly put in our face to let us see what they're doing. And I believe the next move is going to be the crucial one, what they call icing on the cake. So everybody out there denying all this shit and thinking, oh, it's just rumors and whatnot, it's right there in every one of our faces. Talking about blacking out the systems, talking about boycotting, talking about protesting, doing all this shit. You saw it, and none of it worked. And the reason for that is because they expected for all of us to do all these things. They knew it. You can't cripple the people that own everything. It's impossible. It's theirs. They have it. And they made sure none of us had a piece of it. So now, all we can do is wait to see exactly what's about to go down. Because truth be told, I don't give a shit what none of you say. Something big is about to hit. And we're not talking about down the line sometime. No. I'm talking about any day now. After this 50 states, one Israel shit, that lets me see their agenda has been met.
I mean, when we talk about matters this serious, this is where you really have to ask yourself, do you have more faith or are you feeling more fear? Because if you're low in faith, then the fear increases. But if you're low in fear and you're higher in faith, then you create less anxiety and less worry. So this is a time we have to really look into faith to be able to get through these hard times.
$6 billion in emergency funding being sent to Israel. Okay. I reckon we probably don't need that for any programs here stateside or anything, right? I'm sure it'll all only fund good, healthy things going over there to the great nation state of Israel, right? And that's on top of the annual contributions that we make to them, right? So are people still paying taxes? Did everybody opt out of what they don't support anymore yet? Or are you guys just all helping fund these things that, from what I can see, there's not many outside of the government that agree with supporting? I don't know what has to happen to get you guys to jump off of the bandwagon and opt out of your taxes to put the government at submission almost immediately. I mean, it would take very little time for this to happen. But I've been asking you guys to do it for a long time, and nobody's jumping in. So I guess we'll just continue to fund these things, right? Love y'all.
I mean, saving 30% of my income don't sound too bad. I mean, between housing, groceries, healthcare, insurance, it's hard to live or even save $1. It almost seems like, what's the point?
So the House is voting on two bills. One saying that if you boycott Israel or anything Israel supports, you could be fined up to $1 million and go to jail. Another one says that if you speak out against Israel, you can lose your American passport. Is this Israel or fucking United States of America? Y'all sitting here worrying about goddamn Charlie Kirk, and we got a whole nother fucking country trying to own us. White people included. Y'all sitting here trying to do all this damn infighting with the left versus right. We got a whole nother country sitting over here telling us how we should talk, how we should speak, what we can and not speak about, what we can speak about. And y'all letting this shit fly right under the radar. Where are all these MAGA lovers that say America first? Because baby, this is not America first. Where are all you right-wing, American-loving, white pure blood? Where are y'all at? Because y'all should be talking right now. All the people that follow Charlie Kirk that believe white men and white people come first, this is a problem for y'all. Y'all focusing on the wrong thing, because if this bill comes through, that is your First Amendment rights being infringed on. That is your freedom of speech being infringed on. That is saying Israel owns the United States of America. But hey, y'all don't listen to black women any damn way.
They say United States is number one, but it's starting to look like United States of number none. And the way they're trying to take away our First Amendment by not speaking against Israel is starting to show us how our government is completely being overruled by another country. It's time to wake up, y'all. If you ain't had faith before or a hope, this is about the time where things starting to get real and you start to ask yourself, okay, what is it that you truly believe in? Because this here is no joke.
I am getting more and more enraged by the fucking minute. So I'm going to tell you now, some of this shit not going to make no sense. If you want to fact check me, please come with legitimate facts and not based in white supremacist, Zionist fucking bullshit. I'm not going to do it with you. How the fuck does Israel keep getting away with this shit? How do anybody keep getting away with this shit? How do people? And then this is not the first time people have used God to justify a genocide. An entire cabinet of Yemeni officials gone. An entire department of Al Jazeera journalists, reporters, and cameramen gone. 434,000 Palestinians gone. And they doing all of this motherfucking shit to terraform a region and build a port that they are likely going to use slave labor to function. Again, right? Hear me. Here's my thought. All of this shit with immigration, militarizing an entire city, that being DC. I don't know if DC is considered a city. I know it's not considered a state, whatever it is. They're militarizing DC. trying to throw motherfuckers in prison while we know our prison system is just a modern form, a modern reformation of chattel slavery, okay? Some are going to concentration camps, and I guarantee you they're going to try to use slave labor over in that place that does not belong to them people to build another nation yet again. They're going to do the same shit that they did to build the United States in occupied Palestine. They're going to do the same shit. That's what this is about. I feel like I'm actively watching what happened to Black people, to African bodies, and indigenous American people before my fucking eyes as I am watching what's happening in Palestine. Abhorrent, right? Now, hear me. I am under the impression, when people are like, oh, this is anti-Semitic, I'm under the impression that Semitism is granted by blood, right? It's something you are born into. Which I wasn't sure was exclusive to a region, in ethnicity, or a specific group of people. But from my understanding, aren't Palestinians literally Semitic? Right. And then as it pertains to Judaism, just as a religion, aren't there Palestinian Jews? Right. And just to make sure I'm also understanding, Israel wasn't actually acknowledged as a state until 1948, right? After the Nakba, which was another genocide. Right. Okay. So I just want to be clear. We're doing all of this for money and power. And aside from the fact that this shit happening at all is fucking egregious, these bitch-ass bastards are making things so egregiously expensive that we wouldn't even be able to afford to fund the fucking economy in this new neo-colonial fucking state that they're likely going to use slave labor to build. Even if we wanted to, as a general population, patron a neo-colonial ethno-state, we cannot even afford to buy food. So the only people who would be able to engage in this fucking horrendous colonization will be the same motherfuckers that's doing it in the first place. And I want to make it explicitly clear. I have no interest in funding a white supremacist neo-colonial ethno-state. Unfortunately, I already live in one. And because systems of oppression reinforce themselves, I'm already doing it against my fucking will. And I fucking loathe it. But not being able to afford to do so is not the metric here. It honestly just adds insult to injury. Because it's like, great, you're exterminating another native population for a neo-colonial ethno-state in which you can use slave labor to build a fucking den just so that nobody but y'all can afford to exist there. Again. Because they did the same shit here. To Turtle Island, which is now called the United States. They can't even do no new shit. They just keep doing the same bullshit. And what's fucking me up about it, on top of all the, like, I am sick to my fucking stomach. What's really fucking me up is that they keep doing this shit because it's working.
Mic drop. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and comment a blue heart if you made it to the end. Till next time.